Hey everyone, welcome back. It's Just As. In today's tutorial, we're talking about mashups. What is a mashup? Mashup is simply when you get two or more songs and you mash them or play them simultaneously. This can be done either by playing the originals of both or playing the instrumental of one of them and the vocal on the other. It's all up to your creativity. In this example, I'll be using Lose My Religion from Rem and the Save Your Tears from The Weeknd. Now, how do you go about determining what kind of mashup to do? There's many different ways. Like I said, this is all creativity. This can be done either by going off the same BPM, the key of the songs, the name of the songs, or even the rhythmic tick of the song itself. And for this example, I actually went off the rhythm of Losing My Religion, the guitar part. I'll show the example in a bit. But it's all up to creativity. So let's get started with it. So let me just play you really quick, the original Losing My Religion, and I can show you, and if you can hear it, of why I decided to use these two songs. So let's play.
Oh, life is bigger. It's bigger.
So you hear that rhythm guitar part. Now let's hear the bass guitar from Save Your Tears. So you can almost hear they're almost close. So that's where I came out with the idea to do this mashup. Also, speaking of which, I forgot to mention, when you're doing mashups, there's no right or wrong answer, particularly on the part of you can have both of the songs separate so you can play live, or you can have it just as already one mashup played. Now, I will mention real quick though, in DAWs particularly, they have some of the best when it comes to leveling, I won't lie. But when you're doing already two heavy mastered songs, sometimes it'll sound distorted. Compared to when you play it in your DJ software, it won't sound as distorted because those programs are meant to handle very high volumes, and especially when you're clipping. So keep that in mind when you're hearing it and doing your DAW. Just pay attention to the leveling and so forth. But enough with that, let's get into it. I decided to go with the instrumental from Save Your Tears with a little bit of hints of the vocal, and then top really the main part of this matchup with Losing My Religion's vocal. Now, like I said before, this is all creativity, so instead of using more songs, what I did was instead for the Rem Losing My Religion, I actually got a remix too as well besides just the vocal. So like if you watch my DJ edits, and if you haven't, go check them out. I particularly like to start with a simple 32 to 64 beat intro. So as you can hear right now, nothing crazy. And then my last 32 to 64 beats of that intro, I like it to be kind of a build up, and you'll hear it right here. I particularly like to do a little filter and a little volume down when I'm doing my intros. Nothing crazy. Now it's gonna go into the remix more, but I just sampled this part. And then I have now the vocal right here, so we can play it all together right here.
Oh, life is bigger. It's bigger than you, and you are not me. The links that.
So that's it right there for it. Now, particularly, I'm not gonna lie, when you have songs that have vocals coming in before the next beat, I particularly sometimes like to do a little volume automation on it. That's just so it sounds cleaner instead of it just hitting right straight away. So as you can hear right there, that's up to you. That's preference on certain things. If it sounds good just coming in, hey, good for you then. Now for the weekends, I have it coming in right here, because if you hear the original, this is where you can determine where to start. It has this part. If you hear the original of Losing My Religion, it kind of has the same part. See? So that's where I determined that's where the part should start for The Weeknd Save Your Tears. Now, like I said, that's all preference. So now that we're getting a little bit closer, I put the Weeknd song right there. Now I didn't do volume automation because, like I said, I'm doing this DJing live, so it's coming in. So I can just play them both to see. You can hear what it sounds like now. Sounds great, right? Okay, awesome. Now we should add a little flair to your remix. I threw in a little vocal parts here and there from the Weeknd's part right here.
Save your tears for another day. Save your tears for another day.
Now if you hear it all together, this is what it sounds like.
That's me in the corner. That's me in the spotlight, losing my religion, trying to keep.
Okay, so now you hear, that's pretty much how you make a basic mashup. Alright, now to how to do it in advance. So it's the same song we're going to use, but now you're going to see that I'm going to start cutting the pieces a little more. For this, for instance,
Haven't said enough. I thought that I heard you laughing.
so to me, I felt if I had it like this, it didn't sound the same.
And I don't know if I can do it.
To me personally, maybe to you when you're doing your mashup that sounds good and so forth, but it's all dependent on you. For me, I thought I needed that part right here instead. Now that's pretty much when it comes to doing the mashups like that, cutting them and so forth. Now how to get to the pro level. Now simply what you do to make it to a pro level mashup is this: when you're going to go into your DAW and you're going to start EQing certain parts. You're going to start adding effects like I did right here for the End of Smile, delays and stuff, just to give it more enhancement, make it different, not just you play two songs. Nothing wrong with that, but sometimes you want to make it even more your own, like where it's so unique that no one else has it. So for me particularly, because this song is so heavy based from the Weeknd Save Your Tears, heavy bass, but I love this part. But if you listen to the original of it, so let me grab the two. I'm gonna take this EQ off. I can't have that, especially because the bass guitar is playing so heavily on the Weeknd song. So I simply just added an EQ, cut it, and that was pretty much it. And I thought that was enough for me personally. And now if you hear the result, awesome, I love it, perfect, beautiful. So that's all I did for that. For the vocal, you can do many things with the vocal to spice it up. So for the vocal particularly, I did a couple of things. I EQ'd it, I added some reverb and some delays you can hear right now. So if I take all these off, for instance, this is how it sounds.
Life is bigger.
It feels like it's a little dry, even though it has reverb, but you can hear the original. It doesn't match the mood of the song I'm giving it. So when I do an EQ, add reverb, I believe this was just to add, oh, my plugin failed on that. It's fine. I add delay and a multi-band to increase the volume a little bit, pushing it up. It has a certain mood to it now. That it has a certain mood to it now. Because on certain reverbs, depending on how you use it, you can get a dark setting, dark tone, or a bright tone. For me, I went more of a dark tone for this. That's literally depending on you, what you feel. It's all by ear, how you feel about it. Same thing with the vocals for the Weeknd. If you come over here, this is not how they originally sound too. For 5. So if you hear the original,
Save your tears for another day.
sounds good. I love it, but I need to take out some bass because, like I said, playing so many songs at once. So whatever I can cut bass on, try to do it. I added a reverb, and I just added a stereo imager to widen it a little bit more, so it's not in the center of the main vocal. And now what I did over here for the vocal for Losing My Religion, I added a delay. So you'll hear right now. This is where I mean. Think I thought I saw you try. And that's how you make a mashup on the pro level. That's that simple. It's that easy. Just you add EQs, you add more effects to make it a little bit more different. So that's how you take it from beginner to advanced to pro for mashups. That's how you do them. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any comments, please let me know. And I'm probably gonna do more of my mashups, how I did them and approach them. So this is not just the only video of how to go about doing mashups. I'll show my other ones how I approached them. I hope you look forward to it. Take care. I'll catch you guys on the beat. Bye.